Yo, motherfuckers are sleeping on this thing. No reason to stand in the back. Everybody move up, have a good time, sing along. Yo, let's get some pylons going on up here. Some sing-alongs. You guys know what a sing-along is? What's up? Move up.
That's what hardcore represents, hardcore reality. Hardcore definitely deals with reality. And if you cross our reality, you get your ass kicked, and that's what hardcore's about.
It's a street-style music, you know, where people, express, their angers and frustrations of every day.
We try to speak about reality, what's going on, where we live, what's around us, you know.
To me, it just started as a bunch of kids, I guess, just making some crazy music that was, because they were tired of like that punk rock shit, just like people are tired of punk rock shit now.
Hardcore to me is like, you know, a way of life. You know what I'm saying? The way you live, whatever you want it to be, man.
I don't want to get into a whole what is hardcore thing, but
You can get into it. I mean,
well, it's dumb because it's like what's spiritual.
I think hardcore means no frills, just the essence.
I've always hated those people that always had a smile on their face, because it's like fake.
Everybody does crazy things when they're young, man. I did crazy shit when I'm still young. You know, what am I saying? 19.
I'm hitting 30 today, and I'm still doing it.
I don't want to be like 40 and have missed out on anything.
So how would you describe yourself?
Happy, sad.
Yeah, I'm a happy person. I'm just, I got a lot of friends, I got nothing to cry about.
Check. Alright, what's up? It's always out there with you, sticking around, waiting for us to go on. Sorry about the little delay, but we started. Little late. Alright, this song goes out to anybody ever lost somebody close to you, loved one, any of that stuff. Anybody ever lied to you? This song's called The Lowdown. It's gonna be coming on EP on We Bite.
Like, a lot of people just don't know what hardcore is, and it's hard to explain it, because if you listen to it, you can be like, oh, it's kind of like, metal or rap, or in other words, hardcore is a style of music, but it's as much of something behind it as well.
Those kids are trying to find their identity, they're trying to find themselves in life. So they look up to people who could guide them, whatever, who they think that they could, they could get they could learn something from, whatever, or, whatever, like with us.
I love it. Like 25 to Life, I could see them a million times. I could see them every weekend. I do see them every weekend practically. And it's just because I can be involved, I think. You know, like Rick will give out the microphone and I can sing, and I have no musical ability whatsoever, but I can sing, so.
Because you seem to be the woman that's mostly in front, like mostly it's guys.
Yeah.
And all the girls are kind of on the side and stuff. And then there's you, like, right in front.
Yeah, but I also don't think they think of me as a girl, so. They just think of me as Virginia, she's always there kind of thing, so. I think when they think of girls, I don't think they really think of me.
One thing about the New York hardcore scene is that kids will be like, you know, like, oh, you know, you come from Jersey. Like, a lot of people never even knew I was from Jersey, but the kids do. You know, right away, they have, like, this false, like, thing that if you live in New Jersey, you have a big swimming pool, your parents have 5 cars, this big house. It's like, yo, I live in New Jersey, we live in, like, the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we're lucky we can afford to pay the rent here, you know what I'm saying?
The whole idea of an independent business has completely died, like at least in this country. What used to be like your local hardware store that your neighbor owned is now like a Home Depot. What used to be the neighborhood print shop is now a Kinko's. What used to be the ice cream parlor is a Carvel. There's no, even pizzerias. I mean, around here, you know, there's a lot, but a lot of other places, like, they don't have like a real pizzeria. They got that fucking Sbarro's. It's just there's always like some corporate alternative to what people actually want. Even like what used to be the neighborhood or local hamburger stand years ago is now a McDonald's. No one thinks like, oh, well, I can open my own business. The neighborhood video store, anything. There's nothing done independently anymore.
I thank God when I got involved in the music scene, there was no such thing as MTV, which was great. Because, can I curse? Those cocksuckers influence everything that all these kids do nowadays, man. Everything, getting tripped on, everything that kids see, man, they're so influenced by it. The whole MTV generation, it makes me sick.
It's not like listening to like anything else. Like, you listen to rap, yeah, you could listen to like Snoop Doggy Dogg, but everybody, you know what I'm saying? That's not like a common bond because everybody listens to him.
We also got to give props to Rick from 25 to Life, because he's got a lot of everybody's shit and he's putting it out. You know what I'm saying? He's taking it everywhere with him, and he's hustling, getting it out there. You know, you see a lot of kids with the 25 to Life shirts, man, but
that's because he worked hard at it.
He's doing his shit back and forth, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work. Taking a shitload, a van, a shitload, shirts and everything to everywhere you play.
Shirts, records, stickers, in a night.
I live a hardcore lifestyle. I don't just, you know, work all week, then, you know, like on the weekends go to hardcore shows. I mean, I live hardcore 7 days a week.
Oh, Rick. Fucking wild, man. Freak show. Rick does a lot for hardcore too, man. His life is hardcore, but I guess he can't get another job. Look, would you hire that motherfucker? Look, it's fucking like looks like he's been through a bad fishing accident. It's fucked, man. He has shit on his neck and dreads. Looks like fucking Encino, man. I wouldn't hire him. If my daughter came home, I'd kill him.
This song is out to all you guys. You're coming out, keeping it nice and strong. This song is called Lies to the Game, because you guys know what's up. It's not about fighting, it's not about bringing guns, it's not about bringing knives, it's about unity and looking out for each other. We're all one family.
To me, hardcore is always about the lyrics. You know, not just the, you know, the music, sure, but the lyrics come first.
I really love the lyrics because they just sound really cool. But you can't understand when Rick's saying them, so I don't know if he's really saying that, but if he says what he says, you know, on the lyrics, it's pretty cool.
What do you think about people who say that they can't understand what you say when you sing?
You shouldn't even listen to the fucking music then anyway, because you don't. I mean, you know, I mean, that's what lyrics are for. You know, this music is not for everybody, because not everybody can understand. Not everybody will understand. But that's why there's other forms of music out there and other forms of lifestyle. You know, go be a raver, go be, you know, whatever you're gonna be.
I forget lyrics like this. Sometimes I go on stage, I forget. I'm really bad. I wrote all my lyrics too. Really bad.
Yo, Payback is all fat. Payback, watch, listen to this shit. Payback time is now. You done some shit to me that I just can't allow, cause now I know you're full of shit. I also know that you're a fucking hypocrite. You got two faces, and they both lie. Then you ask, why can't you qualify to join the crew? But yo, that shit is through. Cause now I'm in your face, so what the fuck you gonna do? That shit is fact.
Mostly my lyrics is about, you know, it's what I picture in my head, you know what I'm saying? It's called, I forget how you call it, visual writing or some shit like that.
Now what the fuck is happening?
I just write with burns. I write the lyrics, whatever bothers me that day or that time that song comes through, you know? A lot of it's certain interpretations come through though. Like totally weird, like people say the totally wrong thing of what I meant to write. But I don't care, everybody takes it their own way. It's like a piece of poetry. You'll read a piece of poetry totally different than I would. You would read different poetry totally different than I would.
I read his lyrics totally different than
like this,
he does.
It's such a big over one of our songs, people don't even understand it. But I'm not even going to bring it up now, 'cause it's not worth it, I just waste time. Yeah, I look at certain other bands and I'm like, they're just so much better. This is like only kind of music I can do. Right? It's just so much harder. I just use music for a vent. I need ventilation. I need some sort of release, and this is it. I look at some bands, like not saying hardcore, I look at different styles of music, like from what's out in there today, and you got, in my eyes, just you don't know what's going on, man.
It's a VOD song, Vision of Disorder. It's one of my favorite songs.
My father always talks about Tim. Always like. First of all, he's like, my father is very religious, very Catholic. So when he reads Tim's lyrics, he's like, maybe Tim needs my help. And he'll be like, maybe I can talk to Tim. Maybe I can see what's wrong with Tim. Like what's causing him to have so much anger.
Welcome to Long Island.
Suburbia. It's not that bad.
It's pretty really.
But one thing though, it makes us appreciate it every single time we play like a different state or something. Like, I can't imagine living someplace else.
Bumblefuck.
No place
like
except for New
I
York.
go
to
the city. I can take my car to the city in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah,
back.
I can't.
I'd be back, but I don't have to live in the city. You know what I'm saying?
I can't imagine.
But if I ever get an apartment, I'd like to live there. It's just too expensive.
Right.
I don't know.
Going to like the hills and stuff. I couldn't imagine living anywhere but nice suburbia.
Nah, that's what hardcore's about, man.
Suburbia.
When did it begin? Say about 1981.
And where? Who started it all? How did it happen?
Who started New York hardcore? Tommy Rat.
We interviewed Roger from AF yesterday, and we asked him where New York hardcore came from, or who started hardcore, and he said Tommy Rat.
He is the originator of hardcore. He was there before anybody was there.
Well, it really started, actually derived from the punk rock scene. Had like the bands like Stimulators, Bad Brains, The Mad, those are like the main bands back like in 78, 79, 1980. And then like had other bands like in 80, like Heart Attack, Undead, even worse, Misfits. And then like bands like started playing faster from DC like Minor Threat. Then you had bands from LA like Black Flag Common. And then like some bands like some new bands like Urban Waste, The Mob, they started playing faster. It became more like, you know, hardcore.
Where'd the term hardcore come from? Got me, man.
Then hardcore started coming out. You know, there was a lot of bands, Reagan Youth, Urban Waste, The Abuse, you know, all these bands, little bands just started coming out, Agnostic Front, Cross Front. We were always the worst one. We were the ones that everybody laughed at, you know.
Yeah, check. That's a little better.
I never liked those like old punk rock bands. Anyway, strictly hardcore and a little bit of punk. But I don't really like hardcore. I rather listen to Cranberries on Sundays.
Move the fuck up and let's do some
How long have I been to New York hardcore? Well, since I was, I guess about 7 years old.
How'd that happen?
Well, it happened through my brother, Raj. He brought me around the scene when I was real young. I was living in Florida, actually, but came up to visit. This was about, I guess, 1983 or so. One day, Agnostic Front played, and he just handed me the mic and said, sing. That's it. And I sang It's My Life was the song. It's all, because AF used to do it a long time ago. And it's actually an Animals song. And they changed it up to a hardcore style.
He liked it, you know. He was, the very first time when he was 7 years old, he did a show at Great Gildersleeve. It was Agnostic Front GBH. I don't know if the Exploited played that day. Well, I can't remember, you know. But anyway, you know, ever since then, he liked it, you know. He loved coming along with me. He used to write me letters, oh, I want to come live with you, you know. He looked up to me a lot, you know. I was his older brother, and I was never really with my family. You know, they went in a certain way, I went in a certain way ever since I was 15 years old. But he would always come every summer to, you know, up here with me. And he just, every time I go to Florida, I pick him up or I take him on the road for a few weeks, you know. He liked it, you know. Agnostic Front was one of his favorite bands.
The concept came around, I'd say when I was about 11. And actually, Vinny and Roger and them came up with it. And they were like, hey, you know, you should do a little thing, you know? Being that I always would come up on stage and sing a song with them, hey, why not? So they got it together, and then I just did it. And that's how Madball got created. Well, you know, if you're in a band, you know, the whole being in a band, a hardcore band is rough, you know. Being in any band is rough, you know, but being in a hardcore band, especially years back. You know, hardcore music is very underground, you know. Probably the most underground music there is out right now. And a lot of people don't pay respect to it that much, and you know, bands struggle. Touring in a van, sleeping, living in it. Sometimes they don't make enough money to even eat. It's not as bad now, you know, 95. But I'm talking like years ago. I remember when AF was touring, like 80, 84, 85, 86, those years, those were rough years because I would go on the road with them a lot, you know. And I didn't suffer as much because I wasn't actually in the band, you know. You were a little kid. I was like on a camping trip, you know, I was hanging around, you know. Didn't think anything of it. But now I'm older and I got my own band, and I realize that the road, you know, does a lot to you. It ages you, you know?
That's Freddie Madball! That's the new king right there!
I remember one time, it was a Madball show at Wetlands, and I stole a bunch of the towels.
Oh, that was the show we played with them.
You know Puerto Ricans gotta steal shit when they go to places, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I stole a bunch of those towels and
he had them in his backpack.
And I had it in my backpack, and I dove, and my backpack opened, and all the towels all over the place. And my girl runs over, she's like helping me get all the towels and shit, putting it back in my book bag.
Whoa! Open up the closet and you'll see what I'm saying! Don't keep it extra, you can open up to me! As soon as you got your problems all laid down! Open up your eyes and take a look around, cause you've been mistreated and pushed away by people you never betrayed! Be daunted until the end, unwanted by your so-called friends! But no! And that's your own trend! You're a leader! Take it from a friend, y'all take it!
So how long have you been playing guitar for?
About 6 years. Since I was, I'm 18 or... Help me out, fellas. 6
years.
15 years.
All this time I thought you were my fucking boss. You were just stabbing in my back. You're gonna pay. That's right, motherfuckers. You got to go through my day. I'm on my back. These hands won't be bloody. That's right, motherfuckers. You got to go through my day. I'm on my back. These hands won't be bloody. Run forward. Don't you know what's right? Take it from a friend! No one! Got to go blood! Take it from a friend!
Yo, you ever got an ass whooping bad? You ever got fucked up real bad?
So you couldn't sit down?
Damn, yo, I remember I told my mother if I could go outside, she said no. And I thought I was bad, and she told me some shit, go to my room and shit. and she started hitting me. I know I said something, she started hitting me, and I tried to be all bad. I was like, yo, man! My mother said, yo, man! She went to the kitchen and got the broomstick, yo. Fucked my shit up, man. She got a broomstick with a hang out the end, yo. She's fucking me up with that shit, man. I had welts and everything. Yo, she beat me into a fever. Man, I had like 103 fever after she kicked my ass. I didn't even want to go outside for the whole week, man. I didn't even ask, man.
What does your mom think about what you're doing?
Oh, she thinks it's like the biggest waste of time, like ever. Like the biggest, like... Because my mom always hated everything I did, regardless of what it was, no good. Except maybe like when I played sports when I was real little. Maybe she liked that, but probably not even. But I came home with the record and I was like, yo, check this out, this is our record. And she was just like, oh, this is what you do with your time? It's that CBGB nonsense?
25 years old now though, you know what I'm saying? My mom seen me do a lot of stuff.
She ever see you play live?
Nah, she is about, you know, she knows what's up with the band. She, you know, I don't think she'd be able to handle it though.
My mom's, yo, I used to write all over my jackets. One day, I'm gonna tell you a story. Mom, man, you fucked up, word to mother. Yo, my mom's didn't want me wearing the vest anymore because it had like writing all over the place, like, you know, Hail Satan and all that fucking stupid writing. So one day she tells me, don't wear that vest to school. Damn it. So she made me put a regular jacket on. So I come home from school and I get off the bus and I see this bum like wearing my vest and shit, man. And I was like, yo. So I ran home and I look at my closet and my mom's had thrown it away and the bum was looking through the garbage and took my vest and put it on. That's some shit. That's some motherfucking shit, man.
What was your childhood like?
Pretty normal, you know. Well, not normal. You know, when, you know, not every 7-year-old goes up on stage with like a hardcore band and, you know, sings hardcore and goes on tour and stuff like that. But aside from that, it was pretty normal.
Nah. I mean, I had like a good, you know, I always lived like a normal life, you know. I mean, I just looked different, but my life was normal, you know. Like my parents worked, you know, I mean, whatever. They got a divorce. That's like normal. Every family, every kid I talk to now, basically their parents are divorced, you know.
You saw my mother, man. My mother's a big lady. She'll fuck me up. So when I got 18, got my first tattoo.
So does she get mad when you come home with new tattoos?
Oh yeah, the other day she saw that I have a new tattoo, my back, and she was flipped out like it matters. Yeah, I told her I was gonna get my neck tattooed, and she flipped out.
Are you really gonna do that?
Yeah.
What are you gonna put?
My brother that passed away, got his name in Hebrew.
What happened to your brother?
Committed suicide.
How old was he?
21. Like a year and a half ago.
Down over here, me and my man Kevin Smith, you know, he's from Fahrenheit 451. And we were walking, we were mad young, we was chilling. And then this guy got bucked, and right in front of us, and we was like, oh, so we tried to walk around it, and he got bucked again, so we, you know, ran.
How did he commit suicide?
I shot himself.
In your house, or?
Yeah.
In this apartment right here? Wow. Was anybody home when he did it, or?
My whole family. I wasn't.
But they were all there?
Yeah.
How old were you the first time you saw someone, you know, dead or get killed, or?
About, like 8.
And how'd you feel? What'd you think?
Shit was whack. That shit was mad whack.
What happened to that guy?
He got jigged. Matter of fact, my boy, Miguel, he used to go to my school, Sacred Heart. That nigga got stabbed. He got stabbed, you know, he was just chilling on the block. He got stabbed and shit. That shit was fucked up.
I mean, I was in jail by the time I was 14 years old, I was upstate, you know, for 2 years. So I definitely, you know, I grew up on the street since I was probably about 12 years old. I grew up in homes and, you know, never really experiencing it, you know, any kind of real peace or anything in my life. It was always like chaos.
How long did you live with your parents for?
I didn't grow up with my mother. My father was a boxer. I mean, he was a good fighter in his day, but then the alcohol and stuff like that, so he was violent towards my mother, and, you know, we got put in homes and stuff, so.
Who lives here with you?
My mother and my sister. That's it.
How about your father? Where's your father?
He died.
How old were you when he died?
I was about 15, about 14, 15.
How did he die?
HIV, he caught HIV.
Do you know how he caught that?
Well, what I heard, it was like a blood transfusion. You know, back in the 80s, them niggas, they never used to check because they never knew what AIDS was. So he had to get his tonsils out, and he was losing blood. So they had to give him blood. This shit was infected. And plus, we went to sue them niggas, but the doctor died of AIDS too. I don't know how he contracted it, but...
Do you know a lot of people who died of AIDS?
Nah, just my father. Oh, well, and my man's father down the block. And his mother.
Move that shit up, y'all. Here we go. So here I lay back with a bullet hole in my pants. If I'm gonna die, let me die.
Personally, I don't find it violent or nothing, you know. I just be chilling. I stay away from trouble, you know. I like living here. This shit is fat. The Bronx is fat. You know, I got a weed spot down there, weed spot down there, weed spot right there. I'm closed in by the weed spots, bro. Just be chilling.
Do you think you can live here forever?
I hope not. I mean, I do want something better than the Bronx, but for now, you know, I'm chilling.
It was just, you know, it's just like a lesson in life that seriously I'm happy I learned, because if I didn't get locked up, if I was on heroin and everything, I smoked crack. Now I had a rough life, man. I was on a lot of drugs when I was younger, and it's just, you know, if I didn't get caught or whatever, if I didn't get locked up, you know, maybe I would still be on that shit. I'd probably be dead by now, you know, because I used to do a lot of heroin and everything, and just, you know, I just took a wrong turn in life.
I was in a home, I guess, in 75, 76, and I said, I can't take it no more, and I just went out on the streets, and that was it. You know, I was into drugs when I was a kid, man, but, you know, I mean, I was like, probably like 13 the first time I shot heroin, you know, it was like, I was a crook when I was on the streets, but 14-year-old kid ain't gonna get a job, you know, you have to, I'm actually writing a script about the whole thing, you know, for a film.
So what are you smoking now?
Weed. Yo, you know I tried Angel Dust.
How was that?
Whack.
How'd you feel?
Stupid.
Stupid.
Like that shit was trying to kill me.
Really?
Stupid bad, bro. Yo, don't try Angel Dust, bro. I mean Angel Dust, bro. Don't try that shit, B. That shit is nasty.
But did you smoke it?
Yeah. By mistake, I thought it was weed.
How long ago was that?
The other day.
Like 2 days, about a week ago.
That shit destroys your brain at such an incredible rate. I think after the first few times that you do it, like, you don't even know what you're missing anymore. You know, like your brain is just shot. Because I can't see smoking dust, man. It smells like people are smoking like dead bodies. It smells terrible. When you're at a show, you'll know when someone's smoking dust because it fucking stinks. It stinks like someone's burning, like, it smells like someone's burning like a rotten seal in like a hefty trash bag. That's what it smells like, if you want to know. It smells terrible.
Like I said, I was a young person just trying to find, you know what I'm saying, have what I thought was fun, Meanwhile, everybody was telling me, but, you know, I was too stupid to realize when you're on drugs, it's like, yo, you know, you feel so good, you just think you're doing what's right, man, you know, at the time. It's not, you're fucking up so bad. But, like, yeah, like, you know, like, so, like, when I started getting tattooed, you know, it was like, you know, my mom was kind of happy because rather than spending my money on drugs, like I was doing, you know, like I was, you know, I was straight, I was just, you know, going, you know, doing something different. I was always like, you know, like a little, you know, weird, like, you know, punk rock, like having different color hair and all that. So, you know, it's like my mom was happy just to see me, you know, just doing something rather than being on drugs, you know, like I wasn't hurting nobody, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't like dealing drugs, but I was getting tattooed a lot, you know, just, you know, working. So, you know, it's like kind of like something positive. It gave me something to do rather than go do drugs. You know, if I ever want to do drugs, I would make an appointment. I would go get tattooed instead and go do something, you know, whatever. Other people might not, you know, but it was me. It helped me out, you know.
What's up, man? We got more tattoos. More tattoos. Gotta go get some more tattoos. More tattoos. More tattoos. Gotta go get some more tattoos. I got them on my back and I got them on my arm. I walk down the street and I look real hard. Got them on my back and I got them on my arm. I walk down the street and I look real hard.
I like getting tattooed, but I just don't have the time no more.
Where else are you gonna put them? Do you have any?
Huh?
Do you have any space left?
Yeah, I got a little room on my legs. I'm gonna get a piece in here soon to cover this. You know, do all in my armpit. I got a little spot here. I want to finish up.
So you really want to cover straight from your neck?
Yeah.
Everything completely.
Yeah, I got some room. I gotta, you know, got a little room. You know, I got some room. Like, you know, a little bit of room.
Ugly. You know, hardcore has the ugliest people. I mean, kind of think about it. You got Rat Bones, Freddie, Madball's ugly. You got Saab, ugliest guy I've ever seen in my life. Who else out there? Jason Crackdown was ugly. Very few of us good-looking guys.
And what else is there? We have a band playing live. Reportedly, they're America's favorite hardcore band. We have a crew, a documentary crew here filming us now as we speak. I mean, don't get nervous. There's tens of people out there watching us on camera.
Yeah.
And there's more people in the studio, I think, than there are listening to us right now.
Don't say that.
What do you hope the people get out of a No Redeeming show?
Seriously, honestly, it's just a really good time. Like, that's the reason we started it, so our friends can come down and just have a good time, like, have a couple beers and just drink together, like, in one place at one time. And if everybody just come down and have a good time, like, laugh or whatever, then it's cool. I mean, it's cool.
Okay, now without further... Hey, wait, Cole, keep it down. This is the big introduction part. And now, without further ado, the band that made Jerry Garcia retire, America's favorite hardcore band, No Redeeming Social Value.
Back in the day, lots of news, thinking cars gonna change my way. More liquor, more fun, thinking to me, give me some. St. Isaac, holding on the corpse and ass, and walk to the rhythm and pouring on the glass. '64, I don't think I can drink anymore. I don't think I can drink anymore. I don't think I can drink anymore.
I've seen these guys a million times. They dress up from
doctors to Rastafari guys to like butchers
guys in
to
tutus.
Eazy-E. These guys these guys are sick. They're just like warped kids from Queens and Long Island.
Yo, we're supposed to play tonight, but our drummer's in Europe. Yo, we know you're getting social value. Here it is. Yo, live in the raw. Okay.
What are some of the things they've done on stage?
I don't know, it's like
Take off their clothes and like rap with District 9, and Dean was so drunk he passed out 2 times during the song. It was like a fucking old tree falling in the woods. Dean was swinging his arms, then he was like, Phew! It was like someone pulled a rug out from under him. That was one of the best times I ever had.
Yo!
No Redeeming can go right in the shitter, or No Redeeming can like explode into like this like mega Green Day kind of band where like you just turn on channel 20 MTV and Dean and Vinny's Ugly Mugs will be on there, and they'll have some video where they're like rolling around in duty or something like that.
Cool.
And like the whole country will love it. I like to say the first time I saw No Redeeming Social Value was at Battle of the Bands, and Dean jumped off the stage and like smashed his skull open and had to come and have an ambulance and come get you out of there, some shit like that. And I didn't know who they were, and I was like, who the hell are these guys? No Redeeming Social Value? And their singer, whoever he is, has his head splat all over the floor or whatnot. But obviously he survived, but I can just take it that he's not the same person that he was before that accident. And I really like to know Dean, like before he had that accident. I like to see what he was like before that accident, because I didn't really know that man. And like, you know, I'm sure he was like a much more brighter, like, you know, just like overall more rounded person. But like now, just look at him, you know, he's just like, I feel, you know, I'm sure his parents are like, you know, could have wished they had the oldest, the son that they had before, but, you know, what can you do?
You ever sit down and try and write an album?
I don't know.
It's hard. You ever sit down and try and write an album? It's hard. And these littler bands that are trying to play, it's tough for them too, you know, because we're a big band now. These littler bands try to come in, but now there's barriers and all sorts of stuff.
Barricades, you know, 8-foot barricades. Basically, the point of the film should be just take down the 8-foot barricades in front of the stage. Everything will be great.
No, what I really think that if when people come to a show and they come to see a band or bands or whatever they're doing, people will leave before a band comes on. You know, you got to give everyone a chance, you know what I mean? Like, I understand people got to leave, whatever they got to do, but it always happens to us, so.
I wonder if this like comes across on film, like on intensity right now, like the heat, everything, that sweat off the
I'm doing it. I got it.
glass.
Maybe the us holding people up so they can roll down the ceiling.
Like, I wonder, like people are sitting at home, like watching this, just going, oh, that looks like lots of fun. It's like
7.
Well, I don't know what else to say.
Demo.
Wow.
That was a fat show. Best show I've been to in a long time. Fuck that.
And it was free.
It was free. And then my boy.
That's it. And there was herbs and beer. Let the ladies through, everybody.
No
Let the ladies through.
Let the ladies
Let
through.
the beautiful ladies through. Smile for the camera, ladies. Smile for the camera. Smile for the camera.
Don't be on TV.
Don't be shy. Come on.
Be on TV. Smile for the camera, my man.
Smile for the camera.
People come down to the show, and it's like people that you see every day on the street, people that you know, people that you've met through being in a band or whatever, just your people you become friends with. You have nothing in common with these people except for hardcore music, and they just come down. And the coolest thing about it is that people are so different. I mean, people are different in New York as it is from each other. I mean, especially you go down to a hardcore scene, there's so many different kinds of people there. I mean, black, white, Puerto Rican, Spanish, just everything, man. Spanish is Puerto Rican, isn't it? All right, well,
every single person is driven by one thing. And that one thing is an intense desire for selfless love. A love won't be found on the TV set and can't be bought in the store. We search for relationships that are full with reciprocation. And only a weak person will deny that.
These things are temporary. We're not temporary.
Sex is suffering!
Sex? People go after sex like it's like the only thing in the world. But there's a time in the world, in your life, where you're not going to be able to have sex. And if you depend on it for happiness, you're in a lot of trouble because you're going to suffer.
Bam! Another friend sticks to the mainstream. Another sucker subscribe to the norm. Well done! What's left of me? Destiny! To the blood raining! So I stand in the shelter of the strength of my love! With that shelter of the strength of my love! You.
The same reason why I chant and meditate in the morning is the same reason why I jump around on the stage. It's funny, sometimes people say that religion or the Hare Krishnas don't belong in hardcore, but the Hare Krishnas have been in hardcore longer than any of these people. And there is some connection, because the whole idea of hardcore is to reject this society, this culture that's like forced us into a lifestyle that we don't want to be a part of. And Krishna consciousness is about rejecting that lifestyle and finding, and coming to the real.
But you're not waking up this time. You're not waking up. Let's cry over lifeless eyes.
So like a hardcore band, it appears to be a very material, solid, hard, heavy thing. But if it's contacted with the spirit, then it becomes energized. Like if you plugged it into an electrical outlet, it becomes electrical. So when we plug it into Krishna by using the band as a way to express emotion for Krishna and also to serve him, please him, introduce people to him, then the band also becomes another aspect of meditation or yoga. It becomes an aspect called karma yoga. My typical day is that I wake up very early, maybe 2:30 in the morning, and then I meditate early in the morning on the names of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And on these beats, these are meditation beats. And I meditate, I chant one mantra on each beat. There's 108, that's why the band's called 108.
person who's the manager of this temple, his name is Lakshmi. His regular name is Larry Puglisi. Was probably the person to introduce Christian consciousness to the hardcore scene. He started to do programs that we call Food for Life, where we just go out and feed people, anybody, mainly homeless people, but whoever comes. And he decided, let's do it in Tompkins Square Park. And Tompkins Square Park is a place where all the punks hang out and where all the homeless people hang out. And that's why he wanted to do it there, but everybody else was kind of like, all the devotees were kind of like, you know, that's where all the punks and the homeless people are. And he's like, yeah, well, that's the idea, you know, let's go there. That's where these people are people who need things. First of all, they need food. Second of all, they need something spiritual to pull themselves out of that Tompkins Square muck, you know. But what he also did was he did concerts. He did punk rock concerts at Tompkins Square Park. He would book like Black Flag, the Cro-Mags, and put them on, and then he would distribute the prasad or the food at the shows there. So that's how he met John Joseph, Harley, and the bands of that era, like Antidote. But actually, it was mainly John Joseph and Harley, and I believe that they had like a kind of a circle of friends too. So it was that era. He would know the year better. I guess it was like 84.
It was funny because I was in the military, like I said, you know, and I used to hang out in D.C. and the devotees would be chanting in D.C. and I'd be like, making fun of them and stuff. And 2 years later, I was out there myself doing the same thing. That's Vishnu. He's an expansion of Krishna in the material world for creation. Like, you know, that's what they say. Vishnu creates, Brahma maintains, and Shiva destroys. I've also got Lord Shiva here.
The reason why parents are not so thrilled is because they want to have, it's natural, they want to have a child that they can brag about and feel good about. And that you can't brag that your child's a Hare Krishna.
I was by a better kid and I got a cold.
Blow. If you watch the video footage of Mike DeJohn's daughter, he looks like a normal, nice family man. He's an animal. The DeJohn family, they're not, they have like extra Y chromosome or something. They're like Neanderthals.
Like,
what's up?
Daddy, I want to go. I want a cookie.
You want a cookie?
One plate.
You look like such a good family guy.
Yeah, it's all an act. All that money.
I want my cookies in the bowl now.
Excuse me.
Now.
But I went to school with a lot of hardcore people. Chalker from 109mm. Some guys from the New York hoods.
And Mike DeJohn, you went to school with him also?
He actually he went to school earlier, like when I was going there. He was already thrown out when I went there.
And what you got thrown out for?
Punching Mr. Keller in the face.
All right. But what was I saying?
Don't talk.
Well, you can talk. I can talk. I'm just talking to him. I'm not talking to the camera, right? Okay.
Talk to the camera. Talk to the camera.
All right.
I can.
So like
I can talk.
You wanna go down to Jane's house?
Gonna have kids one day?
Hopefully not.
Never.
I don't think, nah.
Why not?
Look at how I turned out. You think I want to, nah. Nah, I'm really joking. I don't know, man. You know, like, you know, whatever.
2.5 years ago, I got stabbed. And I was in the hospital for a month and a half.
How'd you get stabbed? What happened?
I got stabbed, my ex-girlfriend had a car, and I took her car to work. I was working at my boy MQ in Two Hip Construction, and MQ's looking out the window, so she goes, someone's in your car. Well, yeah, right. So we looked, some guys in my car, some crackheads. So I ran out, and I thought it was like a little crackhead guy. So he looked at me, I looked at him. We swung at each other. I hit him, snuffed him. All of a sudden, there's a handle sticking out of my ribs. He stabbed me with a screwdriver, so I ran across the street, gave it to the waiter, and he called the cops. I ran, we beat him down. We we killed him, so we had to leave. But I got stabbed through my liver and my stomach with a 6-inch flathead. But Mike DeJohn's cool. Like, we got him. He called me up in the hospital. Let's do this. When I got out of the hospital, that was it. Crown Thorn started. When you hear something funny, how I came with that name, people are like, that's a great name. I was one day, I was eating sushi. There's some fish called thornback, so I wanted to eat something with thorns. So I said, oh, crown of thorns. Yo, I'm Jewish, right? But crown of thorns. My mother hates that.
Check this out, everyone. We're being filmed tonight. I want everyone up here like an old show. Go fucking crazy, no fight. Let's go down to James Design and Mike Design. What's up? Hey, Marco's on the mission. He has no fear. Ready for a break. With a drunken night here. Take my time about. I'm feeling future. He's his own truck. And his own jury. Give him a step. I've been coming. No stop. Who is it? Here comes destruction. On two legs. In the walking passport, you better off dead. The only one to do is get paid. And when you see that giant, get out of the way. What's up? I've been driving. No stop. Who is it? Bring it up. Yo, come on, everyone. If you know the words, come on up. Savior! Good push up! No timing! Don't stop him! Who is it? Look it up! No, everyone move, that's it! Oh! Chill. Yo, James, forget it, man.
When we recorded you last week at Coney Island, what happened during the first song, during Juggernaut?
James is on.
This is my brother, again, jerk.
Yo! I don't know.
Put all this shit in check now.
Yo, I fell on the floor, instead of helping me up. Yo, James,
It only takes a few fucking rotten apples to destroy the whole shit, you know what I'm saying? Start fights at shows and to fucking get this fucking fake bullshit gang shit going on, you know what I'm saying?
We got bad luck, like people, you know, and it has like, we get like a bad rep, you know, like people, a lot of clubs don't want to book us because saying that, you know, because, you know, we start a lot of fights, you know, it ain't us. You know, it's just like shit breaking out, like, while we're playing, you know?
Anybody fucks with a bitch might get over the head. Fuck all these motherfuckers. Yo, you wanna fight? Outside, yo! Yo, stop. Yo, Jay, yo, stop! Chill, please. No. We can't film, guys. Stop it, please. No, I didn't want, no. Seriously, yo, stop. If you want to take it, the show, we're gonna fight each other. That ain't what hardcore's all about, you know? No, chill. Everyone help each other out. The next song, it's all about unity.
I'm kind of like a peacemaker, you know, like I'd rather, you know, try to, you know, stop a fight, because it's all over stupid, you know, it's not even, you know, it's over something stupid anyway, you know.
I just got into a brawl, a fight at that Madball show at Coney Island High. Cause like this one girl I used to hang out with all the time, she like tried to get all these girls to like beat me up and everything, but then like everybody was like, all right, fight one-on-one. So we fought one-on-one and I beat her up, and then like her friends threw a couple bottles at me and everything, but I still beat her up, and that's all that matters.
Did they actually hit you with the bottles?
Mm-hmm. She hit me with a bottle, and 2 other girls hit me with a bottle.
On the head?
Mm-hmm. But.
And you still beat them up?
Well, I only beat one of them up.
People might say like, you know, I think that we're tough guys, whatever, like 25 life. I mean, I'm not a tough guy. I mean, I have a lot of tattoos, but you know, I'm a nice person. You come up to me and talk to me like I'm, you know, I'm not like out to beat nobody up or not like that, you know.
A lot of people, they'll go to a show for the first time, everyone's jumping around, then like, hey, someone bumped into me, and they punch somebody. But they never realize they always punch the wrong guy. They always punch someone who's got 100 friends in the audience. But instead of then the guy who got hit, if he wants to fight this guy, instead of going outside, what always happens is 100 people then swarm on the guy who hit their friend and fucking stomp him into fucking tomato paste. At the same time, you can understand that wanting to like hit somebody who hit your friend, but I think sometimes people got to keep that in check, because then once 2 people run in, then there's people who don't even know anybody. They just want to kick, hey, I'm going to kick this guy. This guy fell down and I kicked him. It was great.
I mean, it's not as bad as what it used to be back in the days. You know, the gang stuff in the clubs is starting to calm down a little. You know, because, I mean, it really didn't pay off after a while. You know, it's fun, everybody representing and stuff like that, but after too many people got hurt, a lot of people went to jail and stuff, you know.
Because it used to be really terrible. Like, you would go to a show and, like, people would just be, like, beaten, like, mercilessly, like, in the show, outside the show, in the parking lot, like, next to the show, like, going to the train station, like, everywhere you were like a target to be beaten.
Well, the thing back in the days was you weren't allowed to mosh unless you was in a crew. So just the nobodies would get it. You know, if a kid jumped into the pit and wanted to mosh and nobody knew him, that's when everybody would just make an example out of him and stuff like that. And what happens, you know, that's minus one person that's never going to come out to another show again.
Sundance was the home of the beating, by the way.
Yeah,
Sundance was the club where you could just be standing anywhere and all of a sudden like, yo, what's up, man? And like 100 people just break your fucking head open on the floor all the time at Sundance.
So I would just say, you know, like, you know, whatever, like to kids that think that, you know, it's about like, next time you go to a show and you're going to beat this kid up, just, you know, think ahead. Just, all I'll say is, yo, just think ahead, man, because you never know when you're going to hit the person in the right spot, or hit somebody with a bottle, or stab somebody, or that kid dies, man, and you're going to fucking spend 25 years to life, yo. Spend 25 years of your freedom in jail, man, for something that, yo, you're going to want to change, and that you can't. There's no going back, yo. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
What's up, motherfuckers? Y'all ready to get your money right? I'm doing to yours. Move the fuck up.
Why do you wear your pants so low?
Yo, cause I got fucking cheap belts, man. These belts, yo, they're $1.99, man. Don't ever buy these belts. Look at every show, man. They fucking, all my belts are fucked up. See that? They all like from every show. They said these belts are $1.99. I buy them at the Army Navy store. And one day I was like, damn, yo, why do they sell these belts so cheap, man? These are like the best belts. But I noticed that after a while, they fucking give away, and like every week, every month, I'm buying like a new belt. So they're making a killing off me, man. And every hardcore kid wears those shits. It's like the belt to wear, but it's like they die out. And don't buy the one from the Gap. The Gap one's like $10, but it's short. See, these are long, man. This is the real belt, yo. See, it's long, it hangs. I don't know, it's like, I'm telling you, man. There you go. Seriously.
Do you think it's healed by now?
Yeah, by now, yeah. Like I could pull on it and stuff.
Doesn't hurt?
No, just sits there. But like, you know, when I eat or when I brush my teeth, I get toothpaste on it, I get sauce on it.
Are you afraid to get a piercing ripped out?
Yeah, that's why I really don't dance no more, though, you know? I mean, but, you know, like, I mean, if I want to go off, I go off sometimes, you know? I mean, I dance, you know, pretty hard and shit anyway. So that's why I'm like, whatever. Like a lot of shows I go to, it's like little kids, so it's like, you know, like I can't really dance the way I want to anyways. I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt, and then like I hit somebody, and then it's like, oh, you know, yo, you hit me, Rick.
My earrings have gotten ripped out many times. I don't know. I never thought about it. Getting ripped out. I'm sure it could be, obviously, but I never really worried about it for some reason or another.
At that show, at the Northport show, it was
I got mad. I couldn't open my jaw the next day. Somebody hit me so freaking hard. You saw that, Brendan?
Got belted in the face.
I see something
I
shining
have
over there.
I have nipples.
I have some nipples too.
But
everyone has nipples.
One's actually falling out as we speak.
Yeah, well, because he jumps off the stage all the time and everything, and so he always has no shirt on, so his nipple rings are probably like nasty. I remember one time he was like trying to show me the hole or something. I was just like, I don't want to see it.
Rat Bones! Rat Bones, you hit me in the eye, you fuck. Where are you? I'm gonna kill you one of these days. See, he broke his thumb. There you go. It's all good.
The hardcore scene, a lot of young people let their energy out, kicking it around. The violence, it's not really, you know, they don't come to do violence to people, they just come to let off their energy. And you're not doing drugs, you just get really crazy in the pit, you know, going psycho. And some people might get hurt every now and then, you know. But it's not, you know, that's not what they come there for. It's just to let off some steam, and it's good music, you know. It ain't the lovey-dovey Grateful Dead shit, and it ain't no Johnny Mathis either, you know. It's kicking it the hard style, the way we live on these streets. You know, you face it every day. I mean, there's crack on that corner, there's heroin on that corner, you know. It's there, and the music lets it out, you know. We get away from the drugs and just listen to the music and kick it. And sometimes it gets a little raw in the middle.
Craziest thing I seen in the show, I guess, would have to be one of our shows where a kid broke his neck off the stage.
That was insane.
And we have it on film, actually. And he was spazzing out on the floor, and it was like the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. It really scared me,
That was
too.
like up close, like 911 action in your face.
They had everyone, the cops, everybody was in
the
there.
craziest thing. We called him like a couple days later to find out how he was doing.
We found out who he was.
And just make sure he was cool.
Sure he was high, you know.
Like he lived and shit. We didn't want to see nobody die at the show, especially.
I feel bad for kids. Whenever I see people getting dragged out of shows like that, I think, damn, you know, why? He could have enjoyed the rest of the show and just went home with a few bruises, but they just had to make him go home early. You know, that's not fair.
My big brother, Roger. Yo, what's up? Cause I that documentary video there. Me and Jimmy Stop, we're gonna do this. Old style, New York hardcore. We never know who's getting
I want to thank my brother and Vinny Stigma for all those years. Vinny Stigma! Let's hear it from my brother Raj.
What happened at the Madball show? You mean why I am in these conditions? Nothing. I went to go to the Madball show like I always do because Freddie, my brother, he sings, you know, and I did one song, and everything was fine. I did the song, and I just jumped in and danced like everybody else, you know. I jumped on top of to the right crowd, and then someone jumped on me. I don't know who it was, and I fell through and I broke my back there, and that was it. Nothing like this ever happened to me throughout my years of doing this type of music, you know. So I gotta learn to calm down. I'm getting maybe a little too old for this, you know.
How old are you now?
31.
I mean, stuff happens. I mean, you know, there's a big misconception out there with like dance and everything like that, that it's just meant to hurt people and stuff like that. But it's not really like that. You're in your own space, and if it happens, it's part of it. But it's all in good fun, so it's not like that's what it's about, you know?
Yeah, you're not there to kill each other. They're just like dancing and having fun, you know?
I broke a couple of ribs once in a show in Rhode Island.
How was that?
I don't remember how it was, but it wasn't like this. I blacked out for a quick second. As soon as I got up, I realized I couldn't stand. So then I asked Nick to get me, you know? Then he carried me downstairs, and it was just a lot of pain from there on. I thought I actually broke my back bad. You know, then I saw I could move my feet, so I was happy.
I got a couple of times fucking bashed. See, I had 2 piercings, now I only got 1. I got kicked in the back of my head, my hair is fucking not here. My whole body's all fucked up, you know. Before I go to the pit, I gotta brace myself. I got a knee brace, I got a fucking elbow brace. I'm all braced up, you know, but you know, I'm all fucked up, man.
I got fucked up, man. I had like, I got my eyes sliced open, got my teeth knocked out. I had a lot of fucked up stuff happen.
Your teeth knocked out?
Yeah. I got hit with brass knuckles. But that wasn't like, you know, what happened was I got put back in. I was in California, I got hit, and then I went to see Madball at the gas station, and I was dancing, and some kid hit, you know, like I got put back in, but they were weak anyway. So like some kid, like I got hit in the jaw, and like they were weak, so I just fucking took them out and threw them on the ground. I was like, the fuck out of it. They were weak anyway. It was a pain in the ass.
I get scared for her, you know, like, you know, I don't want her like to be near the pit. I'm afraid, you know. I'm really protective, you know, and I'm small too, so we, you know, usually don't get into the pit too much, you know.
A bouncer hurt me. I never hurt myself. I get bumps and bruises, but never broke myself. And then one day, at a fear show at the Limelight, a bouncer just shoved me, blasted me one from behind, and snapped my ankle on stage.
Well, the ambulance came. Of course, the guy who was in the ambulance loved Agnostic Front. He was busy telling me about it now. He couldn't believe I was in his ambulance, you know. He told me what house I want to go to. The cop before that, same thing, you know. He said, oh, you should go to your shows. You'll be all right. I've seen you through the worst. And I was like, all right, just get me to the ambulance, you know.
it's funny to see a lot of these people that, you know, grew up with us.
Has he been a good patient?
I guess so.
Yeah, I'm a good patient.
How do you like it over here?
How's the food? Tell us about the food.
Food's not bad, but I think this is a very good hospital. I mean, staff is excellent. Food could be better, but then again, you know, they have a budget.
Kids get hurt, but I mean, compared to when I used to play roller hockey, kids get hurt a lot less than that. Roller hockey, kids get annihilated. How many kids die in Little League baseball games every year? It's no joke. Kids die. They have to make the Little League balls softer because kids get whacked in the head with the ball and die. I think more kids die from Little League than from hardcore.
We don't get paid a lot of money or anything. It's not like we're making out like bandits. I mean, if we weren't having fun, believe me, it's the last thing I would do. I work 5 days a week. I don't need to have shit when I come home. You know what I mean? I need to fucking go to sleep. If I wasn't having fun, honestly, you know, if I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean?
What they do is somebody will buy the CD and someone will record it off of it, you know? You gotta really support these bands. A lot of these kids, you know, they want to make this their life, and it's really hard, you know, when you're getting so little out of it.
Hardcore is a very abused form of music. People bootleg the band's merchandise. Murphy's Law, Agnostic Front, all of our bands. A lot of bootlegging, and there's no problem with it, but when there's people making a great profit off of it, there should be some sent back to the bands. Because for the most part, hardcore music is not about making money. And a lot of people are, and a lot of the wrong people are. The musicians need to make the money because there would be no record labels, there would be no t-shirt people, there would be no promoters, no bartenders, no sound men.
If there's no bands.
You know, no one, you guys would be filming Nuns or something. If there was no bands, there would be no music community, no music scene. And that's not just with hardcore, that's with every music scene. And it's always the artist and the musician that gets fucked. Always.
That's the thing, man. I've not received 1 penny from any Cro-Mags record, ever. No royalty checks, nothing. I did this music for the love of the music. Because I never got a fucking dime. Even when we went on tour, I didn't fucking get no money.
Even though we're in front of the premium pump, us hardcore label guys did not use premium gas. Because the tank's back there, it's like regular. Do you guys make money from Madball?
No, Madball sucks. Nah, you seen where I live, you know. You know, it's hardcore. Hardcore itself don't really make a lot of money. You know, I work construction here and there. You know, work construction with a contractor that we know, me and Will. Together we work construction. I've worked for UPS for a little while.
Like driving trucks and stuff?
No, not driving the trucks, loading.
I do construction, but now I'm working at a liquor warehouse in Astoria. Met a lot of people from hardcore there too. Joe Bruno, Murphy's Law mascot. I met him through my father.
I actually wanted to be a police officer. I took the test a couple times, and then I went as far as I was supposed to go for my medical examination, and I never went, and I got scared.
My father's a retired police officer. He works at the liquor warehouse I'm working at now.
I wanted to, you know, export like dangerous animals, like venomous snakes and stuff like that, but there's not really too much of a market for them out here since, you know, not too many kids are interested in like spitting cobras and stuff like that.
I work in an office, basically. Just an office job, 9 to 5. Suit tie guy, you know, the whole deal. That's it. A lot of guys are the same. There's another guy in that band, the other singer, Mike. He's an accountant.
I'm like a receptionist, and I do like a mailroom at this small company that's been like laying off a lot of people. It used to be like a couple hundred people work there, and now it's like 19 people work there. And it's very short time before I lose that job.
I used to work for a delicatessen, but I went away, so that I had to leave that job. That wasn't happening.
You went to jail?
Nah, I went to Europe.
All right.
So after that, I came back, and I worked at a cleaners, and they would pay me like $3 an hour. And it was really bad news. No one spoke English. It was really a pain in the ass. It was like hard time.
Where I work at Hunts Point, and there's like a piece. It's an area in the Bronx, fucked up part.
Market.
I do, you know, grounds work, sanitation, and all that shit.
Nigga, you a garbage man.
Shut the fuck up, nigga. I'm trying to diss my job, man.
I'm trying to diss your job.
But what do you do?
Yo, I scan naked bitches all day.
That's it. Yo, he works for Big Butt Magazine.
Big
man.
butt, black tail, over 40, over 50 lips, tail ends.
Damn.
Then I went over to an animal hospital. I started killing animals and shit. I wasn't having it, man. It was a bad time.
He got his Earth crisis right.
They were having me like bag up the animals and throw them in the fridge and clean up that crap. Because like they go to the bathroom when you kill them, so it wasn't, I didn't like it.
What'd you have to kill him with?
A needle, man. And
Why
some,
were you
like,
killing animals?
Euthanasia, whatever that shit's
That's
called.
bullshit,
Man. It's
man.
just crazy.
That's hard.
So I got out of there. Then I started working for a contractor, trying to learn like a trade because, you know, the college thing ain't having it for me. So I just finished a job and now I'm gonna work, you know.
But I want to become a fireman or something like that. Help people out. That's hardcore, right? Have a hydrant tattooed on my neck or something. Dalmatian. With the kids running out. Like backdraft or something. Oh.
Hard to say what's going to go on, you know. I mean, I'm sure, like, you know, I'm pretty sure that I'll be involved with it. If 25 Life, you know, whatever, if we decide that, you know, we have nothing more to say and we fall apart, I'm sure, like, I'll be, you know, involved with it somehow, either having, like, my own record store or running a label or something. I'm sure, like, I'll be involved somehow, doing something, yeah, you know.
If one band blows up out of New York, like the New York hardcore scene, and every band is like the label, just like when Guns N' Roses got signed. How do you think Faster Pussycat and all these fucking shit bands got signed? Because Poison, Warrant, Trickster, you know what I mean? They all got signed because Guns N' Roses sold like X million amount of records and everyone wanted to have their Guns N' Roses. Hey, those guys got long hair and, you know, they kind of wiggle around and shit, let's sign them.
If the media focuses on New York hardcore, I think Orange 9mm will do well. I think Quicksand, bands like that, but I don't think like a lot of the bands, like the more, I guess, local bands, I don't think they're really going to be affected by it. I don't know. I think they're too, like, in your face for, like, the mainstream. You know, they're not, you know, exactly singing about falling in love and getting married and stuff.
I want to see it growing in a positive direction where kids are controlling it themselves, where we're controlling it, not some guy that sits in an office and is like, you know, hi, Joe Schmuck from Poo Poo Records. I really care about what you guys are all about, and that's not what it's about.
I got a chance to do things I actually enjoy. A lot of people grew up from going to school and to another school, and their whole like section of life, like when they should have been young and enjoying stuff, they blew it in school or something like that. I think it was called for me. You know, I got to be young for a lot longer than other people did. You know, I felt young while I was doing it the whole time.
Is there ever going to be a day where like you're going to cut your hair short and shave and?
It wouldn't matter, yo, because I got mad tattoos and everything. So I made like a commitment, you know.
So where do you?
Kind of like, yo, it's not like I could just like tomorrow decide that I'm not going to be in a hardcore no more. I would still live a hardcore lifestyle. It's going to be hard for me, by the way. But I made my decision. You know, it's not for everybody. It's, you know, it's my life, it's my decision. I mean, you got kids that go to college. That wasn't for me. It's not that I didn't fit in. It's just I didn't want to fit in. Yo, that wasn't for me. You know. I mean, I chose my own lifestyle, my own path in life.
Everybody, oh yeah, motherfucker! Oh yeah! Goes out to all your dark! Get flooded! Inside! No more on your prediction! Inside! Nothing! Inside! Your footprint! Inside! Nothing! Your head is better everywhere! Inside! Nothing! Exception! Zero double down! It's not everybody. Hardcore this. Yo, support all the bands. These are all on tour. Test of Forest and VOD. Alright, next time. Yo, we're playing here August 31st in Murphy's Hall. Crunch and Hatebreed. Thanks a lot, guys. Hardcore lives. Peace out. Thank you for your support.